I love having personalized and unique sketchbooks, and the number one way to get that, in my opinion, is by painting your own sketchbook cover. And so today I'll be designing and painting the cover for my new sketchbook. Like I said, I think that having a, hand painted or hand drawn cover, it just personalizes the sketchbook. It makes it mine. It makes it one of a kind. And I just think it's more special that way because ain't nobody in the world that has the same sketchbook as me then. And not only that, but every time I then whip out my sketchbook to start drawing, I have instant inspiration because I'm looking at a painted cover, and whatever I paint on my cover, I want it to give me inspiration so that every time I look at my sketchbook, it's not just a flat black cover. It's like my art. So every time I pick it up, it just, it gives me that little boost of inspiration. And that's just something that works for me. It's something I've been doing for my past sketchbooks as well. I think this is the third sketchbook. No, I think this is the fourth sketchbook that I'm actually customizing the cover of. So I started off by making a digital sketch of what I wanted, and I then used that sketch as a reference, and then I made a gouache little practice in my old sketchbook, so that's what you're watching now. And later on in this video, you'll see me actually paint my sketchbook. So the sketchbook that you're watching me work in now, I've had for a little under 2 years. It was given to me at the very beginning of my first year of illustration at university. I have not actually finished a sketchbook in years. Watch any of my videos from the past year, and you've probably heard me speak about how I was in kind of an art slump for 2-3 years maybe. So I just haven't finished a sketchbook in a very long time. Definitely a handful of years now. And we were originally told to finish the sketchbook by Christmas, and I didn't. So then I was told to do it for the end of the school year. Didn't manage that either. So then I was told to bring the sketchbook with me home for summer and finish it that summer, and I didn't manage that either. I was trying to get through my sketchbook last year, or last summer, but I just had so many pages left, I just couldn't do it. And then I actually didn't work all that much in my sketchbook for my last, or I guess my second year of university. I was mostly doing work in other media, I guess. So I hardly touched my sketchbook last year, and but I did tell myself that I'm not starting my third and final year of illustration without this sketchbook being finished. So yeah, I've been working on finishing the sketchbook over the summer. I have 7 pages left, and I can't actually decide if I'm just going to quit it there or if I'm going to push through, because now that I have painted the cover for my next sketchbook, and I've actually drawn in the page as well, which has been recorded and will be one of my next videos. But now that I've done that, I've kind of lost motivation to work in my old sketchbook, and it's kind of falling apart as well. I've put it in my bag every day for 2 years. It's traveled countries with me several times. It just hasn't held up very well. So I kind of just want to let it rest. I guess before I make drawings, if I'm not doing just loose sketchy work, I actually want to make drawings in my new sketchbook. Maybe I'll make the thumbnail in my old sketchbook or something, so I'll have it as the very loose, rough thumbnails and sketches and stuff. I'll just save that sketchbook for that. So I painted this cover mostly to motivate myself to finish my old sketchbook, which ended up kind of backfiring because now I only want to use the new sketchbook. But I guess at the end of the day, the point was just to draw more anyway. So if it's motivating me to draw, even if it's in the new sketchbook and not the old one, that's still successful. That's still a good thing. So to the design itself, I've been trying to draw more animals lately, because animals are something I've always been really afraid of drawing. I haven't really drawn animals before. We did have a trip to the zoo during my second year, and we went there to draw animals. So I did draw a handful of animals, but that was my first time ever drawing animals. So before that, I had drawn 2 birds in one of my projects, and that was the actual first time I had ever drawn any animals. So I did want to try to learn at least cats or something that's a little easier. Obviously horses and dogs and stuff like that are probably some of the most challenging animals to draw, but I can draw the back of 2 cats, So I just thought that it was a cute little cat motif, you've got 2 sitting side by side with the tails kind of creating a little heart. Just thought it was cute. I also didn't realize that the color scheme for this sketchbook is the exact same as my last one. Was not planned. and I didn't realize that until after I painted the sketchbook. And then I went back to draw in my old sketchbook, and I was like, hold up. It's like the exact same color scheme, which is kind of funny. So I ended up using gouache for my little practice because I wanted to get an idea of how to actually paint the cover, which was really helpful because I found out that I did not like the way I painted the sky, so I kept that in mind when I actually started in the sketchbook. So the new sketchbook, it is an Ohuhu sketchbook. I've never tried any Ohuhu products before in my life. I wanted something with thick paper that can hold different materials. Like, it has to be good to sketch on. Like, I want to be able to use pencils and pens and stuff like that, but I also want it to be thick enough to be able to hold like inks, markers, gouache, watercolors, stuff like that. So I was scrolling through Amazon looking for sketchbooks, and I was just looking at the different I was looking at the I guess the weight of the paper. Is it the weight? I don't know what it is that you look at, but I wanted to make sure it was, I think it's 300 GSM that I made sure that I went for, because I used my old sketchbook as a reference because that was the one given out to us for our illustration course, and I really like the thickness of that paper, and I kind of like the dimensions as well. I liked it being a little square. I thought it was a good size as well, so I looked for other sketchbooks that were like that. And yeah, I was gonna get the exact same sketchbook, but then I found the Ohuhu one, and I like that it had the, what's it called? The like round spine thing. I can't remember the word of that. The spiral, that's what it is. The spiral spine. So I can like fold the book and just sit there with one page, and I think that makes it easier to like work on the go and stuff as well, because one thing that I found kind of challenging with my old sketchbook was like life drawing, or like, I can't remember what the term is, but when you go out and draw, which we did a lot in those 2 years, the paper or the book isn't going to lay flat. So I thought it was a little bit hard, like balancing it on my lap and trying to draw without all the pages like getting in my face, you know, like I just think that the spiral sketchbook might be more beneficial for that, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, it's an Ohuhu sketchbook. Before I started painting on it, I did prime it with gesso, and that's to make the surface like more prepared to handle paints. So if you're going to paint on something that isn't like a canvas, some people prime their canvases as well, but especially if you're painting on anything that's not a canvas, you should always prime it, just because it's just more helpful for the paints to have like a little base layer. It just works better. Then I sketched in the cats and filled in the background, and then I just painted it. There isn't really much else to say, to be honest. I am really happy with this outcome. It's the first animal I've ever painted. I've sketched a few animals, but I've never actually drawn any. So these were painted. I think that the little fur texture was really cute. I think the little shapes in the sky are nice, and yeah, I like the colors. I had fun making it, and I think it's nice to look at, so I'm quite happy with it. And then when I was finished, I sealed it or varnished it with Mod Podge, which kind of works as a glue to like keep the paint in place so that the paint won't like scrape off, and you know, just to minimize damage to it, because I want to preserve the cover for as long as possible, obviously. So yeah, I have made my first drawing in the sketchbook as well, and it was a marker drawing, and I do like the paper. It is good. It was nice to sketch in. It was nice to, like, it worked for the line art as well, and then it's handled the Copics quite well as well. So yeah, I'll mess around with it, see how it handles like watercolor or gouache, ink, see how that goes. But yeah, so to the projects I've been up to lately, haven't worked anymore on the K-pop Demon Hunters digital drawing I was working on, but I will be getting to that soon. Like I said, I do want that video to come out soon, so I will be working on that. And like I just said, I have done the first sketchbook page, so like the little welcome page for my sketchbook with Copics, because I've been dying to use my Copics again. So that will also be a video coming out soon. To what I've been up to lately, I'm still playing the same games that I've been playing for a few weeks now. Playing Stardew Valley. We're nearly done with year 2 now, so you know, we're getting through it. Still playing Fall Guys, and I play some Infinity Nikki every now and then. Books, still just kind of working on before they're hanged. I haven't really read much at all this summer, so the only time I really do read is right before I go to bed. so I just get a few pages in on my Kindle, and that's it. I don't actually dedicate a lot of time to reading, because I'm mostly like doing art and playing games. Like I've said before, it's hard for me to balance all my hobbies, so something's always got to go at some point, and then I just kind of rotate through them. So maybe once it starts getting colder out, more gloomy, or like more fall vibes, maybe then I'll start reading more. So I'm still working on Before They're Hanged. It's a big book as well. Like I'm 400 pages into it, but it says I'm only I think 60 something percent through it. So even though I have not finished a book in a long time, it is a big book. I'm doing my best. And to what I've watched lately, I did end up rewatching K-pop Demon Hunters, like I've been saying that I want to. I actually put it on one night, and I was gonna work on my K-pop Demon Hunters drawing while I watched it. Should have known that was never gonna work out. Unfortunately, I cannot do two things at once. I can listen to music while doing things. I know a lot of people that can't listen to music while they read, for example, or do schoolwork or something. I'm the opposite. I can't read or do schoolwork or something without music. But I could never I can't put anything on while I draw or play a game or something. I gotta do one thing at once, or I just get too distracted. That might just be the ADHD in me. I wish I could multitask like that, but I can't. So unfortunately, I did end up putting my drawing away, and I just sat there and just straight up watched the whole movie again. But it's such a good movie. It deserves my full attention anyway. And I actually finished Black Butler season 4. Who knew that actually come out with a new season? That shocked me as well. I did try to watch it a few months back, but I never finished it. I had 5 episodes left, so in the past 2 days, I did just finish those 5 episodes. Because I would like to, I guess, try to watch more anime. At the end of the day, I am an artist. That's why I love, I guess, things like K-pop Demon Hunters, because that's such groundbreaking animation and art. To be seen in an animated movie in a very long time. That was originally what drew me into anime as a kid. I loved the art style, and I don't know, I just want to get back into it. So I did finish Black Butler. Don't know what I'll do next. We'll see if I watch anything else, I guess. If anyone has any recommendations, let me know. The only thing is that I'm now very picky about my anime, because the older I get, the less I'm able to stomach a lot of things that just are common in anime. I don't want to be seeing any fan service. I don't want annoying female characters that are only there because they love the main character, because they're the stupid love interest or something. Anime that's very much written by men for men, I don't fuck with that. I can't do it. I could stomach it as a kid and look past a lot of stuff. I just can't do it anymore. And that is why I'm very picky about my anime, and why I don't really watch much anymore. But there's a few things that have piqued my interest that I wouldn't mind trying out. So if anyone has any recommendations, let me know. And yeah, that is everything I've got, I guess. I'm kind of dreading editing this voiceover now that I've recorded it, because I can tell there's a little bit of brain fog today. Maybe I should have recorded this earlier in the week when I was feeling it more, but I don't know, I've got a little bit of brain fog. I don't feel like my words are quite making sense. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.